your baby? That's your baby. Okay, please say her name.
Mikeana Letish Johnson.
Mikeana Letish Johnson.
Mikeana Letish Johnson.
Mikeana Letish Johnson.
And tell me, what did they call her sometime?
Mikey.
Mikey.
Say Mikey.
Mikey. What do we want? When do we want them? What do we want? When do we want them? What do we want? When do we want them? Justice for Fatima. Justice for Fatima. Justice for Fatima. Justice for Fatima.
Fatima Johnson.
Fatima
Shabazz Johnson.
Fatima Shabazz Johnson.
So say it. Fatima Shabazz Johnson.
Fatima Shabazz Johnson.
There's a term that they call white woman syndrome. It's coined by sociologists because when white girls and white women come up missing, they're held in the media longer. We know about JonBenet Ramsey, and she was killed how many years ago?
20. Like over 20.
And we still see her in the media.
That's right.
But you don't hear about little black girls like Ryla Wilson, who was missing for 2 years while in DCFS, and they make the Riley alert, which is like the Amber alert. So little black girls don't go missing within the system, within DCFS, for 2 years at a time before they're found dead. And this has only been adopted, even though it's been allowed in all 50 states, it's only been adopted in one, and that's the state of Florida. No other state has adopted these types of things to protect us.
You got it. You got it.
Basically, I can't lose my hat. Everybody gonna know.
Go ahead, baby.
But anyhow, I'm gonna end there so we can get this march started. But I just want them to treat us like they treat them. Adopt laws that protect us like they do them. And I don't mean to say them to separate us, because we're all women that need to be protected. But I have to think about me and mine first. I want them to protect me so they can protect my daughter, so they can protect my niece, so they can protect my sisters.
That's right.
I want them to look for us. It shouldn't take 3 days like Julie Masu in Virginia when her parents went to the police station on January 12th of 2018 to tell her family that she was missing, and the police told her, marked her as a runaway, and it took them another 3 days when they noticed her social media wasn't going on, nothing was happening on her social media, for the police to mark her as missing. And then it took another 14 days for them to find her less than a mile away from her home. And she was killed by her boyfriend, who choked her out until she passed out only a month prior to her death. It shouldn't take that for us. It shouldn't take that for us at all. It should be when we call jump.
That's right. That's right.
Say it again.
When we call jump, we don't just need to hold the police accountable. We need media to keep us in the news like they do JonBenet Ramsey.
That's right.
Yeah.
We need them
today.
You speak this. You speak that truth, sis.
Speak that truth for real.
Like they do to JonBenet Ramsey's. We need them to keep looking for us 20 years later like they do the girl in Aruba.
That's right.
We need them to look for us like they do them. And as I said before at the beginning of this, when I say them, I'm not separating other women because they're white women or they're not black women, but I'm separating y'all because I gotta protect mine.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Big sis.
That's right.
Give her some love, y'all.
Give her a round of applause.
Yes.
Come on now. Everybody.
Hands off the black woman. Hands off the black woman. Hands off the black woman. Hands off the black woman.
In December of 2010, Felicia Barnes, a 16-year-old honor student from North Carolina, was reported missing after visiting her older sister in Baltimore. The last known person to have any contact with her was her sister's boyfriend. I remember reading the story in 2011 and hearing how Felicia Barnes' parents were asking media to share her story and that they were told that people just aren't interested in this type of story. At the time, I was recovering from major back surgery, but I was writing about it on my social media. I changed my profile picture to hers and asked everyone on my friends list to do the same to help spread the word. No one responded. The silence was deafening. I asked a friend, Jubilee Shine, a police brutality activist, to help spread the word, and he did. When Felicia Barnes was found dead, I was sick and angry. Over 10 years later, Jubilee helped me do the labor of organizing and executing this Black Femicide Day of Visibility March. I recognized the need for cultural revolution as it relates to Black women because culture had been weaponized against us for decades. In order to kill a person, you have to dehumanize them first. Black women are dehumanized every single day on hundreds of radio stations across the globe for literal decades now. We suffer a cultural lynching at the hands of our male counterparts, punching down on us using mainstream media. As a culture creator, I made music that fought back against Black femicide.
Stop raping us, stop killing us. How you love the Black nation but you not feeling us? We be fighting, everybody fight while you drilling us. Ain't your bitches or your hoes, get up out your feelings, bruh. Yo.
My message is clear. Keep your mother-hating hands off of Black women and girls. Black women and girls are given what I call placebo justice. No power is gained, but the brief acknowledgement of the issue is deemed acceptable. A family's grief may be acknowledged with thoughts and prayers, but elected officials and others in a position of authority or influence to deliver concrete justice and tangible power give only empty gestures. For example, Black men will say, "We have to do better by our sisters," or call us queen, but fail to organize any meaningful protection of the women and girls in the community or hold their peers accountable. In 2017, a woman in my extended village named Portia Echols was murdered. She had a great sense of humor and a sweet spirit. Her family had affectionately nicknamed her Pork Chop. She was a church-going woman who taught Bible study and a community-oriented mentor. She was strangled by a foster care youth she took in, whose violent background had been concealed from her. We uplifted her name and marched for her as well. In 2018, after the murder of several Black women within a couple of days, I began to document the murders on my social media and speak about it. It was insidious to see random men pop up on the post in the comment section in order to discredit the grievance. But I couldn't keep up with it because of my newborn baby. And I was happy when I came across the Black Femicide America page as Black women were documenting the murders of Black women. Last year, in the wake of the murder of George Floyd by a police officer in the midst of national protests, I was on my way to a discipline action we'd organized for Anthony Weber, a 16-year-old kid who was brutally murdered by Los Angeles sheriffs, when I got a phone call. My good friend, whose family was close to me, was calling to let me know that her niece Destiny had been murdered and her other niece Daisy was fighting for her life. I was heartbroken, and I knew that the outrage in our community regarding the murder of Black folks would be selective and reserved for the men. I'd helped organize countless actions affirming male victims of police terror. I knew no one would even know Destiny's name or ever march for her unless I organized it.
Years old, they had me on my knees, but I wasn't praying. Bathroom door locked while inside I'm being tainted. Skinny little girl, big world, nobody baby. That'll get you touched on, be humiliated. Staring at the girl in the mirror like I hate her. Thought that I would die from the shame, I felt naked. Scared of the world, didn't know if I could take it. Mama was a drug addict, me a crack baby. Humble as beginnings, I could never grow to greatness. Fighting for my life, hard surgeries to make it. Escaping my reality through my imagination. Foster home to foster home, home is where the hate is. Foster family Catholic, but ain't nothing sacred. Wouldn't even comb my hair for school, you couldn't fake it. You could never know the pain inflicted from your hatred. I know that God is real because you tried but couldn't break me. Never let you get the best of me. I put that on the ocean in the air that I breathe. Up against the ropes like Muhammad Ali. Down for the count, up before the bell rings. Never let you get the best of me. I put that on the ocean in the air that I breathe. Up against against the ropes like Muhammad Ali. Down for the count, up before the bell rings. This for my girls in the foster homes and group homes. Keep your dream alive till you buy yourself a new home. Nose to the grindstone, leave the hate behind. They never did deserve you, keep the faith alive. Looking out for love, but it's buried deep inside, and only you can bring it out, sis. If you seek, you'll find. Love yourself hard, treat yourself like a queen. Life is short, don't you never let nobody crush your dreams. Swing! Bowed and bloody but not broken. Defiled and muddy but outspoken. Growl ferocious and so focused. Never let them make you a token. Fire in your eyes but let them know you a cold piece. You woke, they drowsy like hypnosis. Alive, they dead inside and they don't even know it. You beautiful, magnificent, worthy and real. Never let them bring you down to simple sex appeal. Harder than steel, all that you feel, channel it in motion. One foot in front of the other, now let's go, sis. This is real life, not drama or showbiz. Keep your game tight, never say that it's hopeless. Never let you get the best of me. I put that on the ocean in the air that I breathe. Up against the ropes like Muhammad Ali. Down for the count, up before the bell rings. Never let you get the best of me. I put that on the ocean in the air that I breathe. Up against the ropes like Muhammad Ali. Down for the count, up before the bell rings.